Good morning. So it's morning here. Sorry if it's not morning where you are. Good afternoon, good evening. Um, yeah. So today I want to give you guys a garden tour, but I wanted to update you on what's going on in the house. It's not much, but anyways, I just wanted to share because I had mentioned before in the videos that I was bringing a lot of houseplants outside, and I did bring a lot outside. I'm still going to bring more. I also got rid of rid of a lot of houseplants. I'm decluttering. I'm getting rid of plants and things that I don't really enjoy anymore. I want to keep my load light. Um, with this house that we live in right now, um, it's easy to pack with junk and stuff we don't need. And when you have like a family, they have their own junk, and you have pets and they have their own junk. So I'm trying to declutter, simplify things. Um, that makes me feel good to do that. And then it's also nice to have your house feeling airy and open and things like that. That's what makes me feel good. So let me show you guys what's going on in the living room. There's a lot of plants that are outside, and I'll show you those too. And I'll show you guys some a little special new someone that we just brought to our home. So here's the piano. This is like my center stage for plant arranging, and I love this space. It gets great light, and right now it's kind of looking sparse. Usually I have, the keyboard part of it closed, and we've got plants across that, plants in the middle, plants at the top. But now it's kind of in this period where I've been taking plants outside. And moving things around, I gave away so many plants, you guys. I don't Probably gave away like 30 plants, maybe 40, to friends and family. And then anything that showed that it had a pest of anything on it, I just went ahead and composted it. So that's how, and then anything that was like on death's door, I went ahead and composted it. Um, I didn't really, a lot of things I didn't really feel like bringing back to life because I already wasn't interested in the plant anyhow. So I've been doing a lot of that. It feels weird to compost something like a house plant. Like that to me feels different than an outdoor plant. I don't know why. But anyways, this is what this looks like at the moment, and I will be moving probably more plants outside because I want to see how they do in a more warmer, humid environment. Indoors, it's kind of controlled in here. We keep it hot, what makes us comfortable, and it's humidity is not comfortable for us. So, and plants love humidity. So here's Big Bertha. She looks very splayed out right now. I did a lot of chopping on her last fall when I brought her indoors. Took off a lot of leaves just for space sake. She's very wide and very sparse. So I was not planning on putting her outside. I still don't think I will, just because it's such a big chore to bring her back in. She's in a giant pot, tons of soil. So, bugs get in there, and, you want to clean out that stuff before you bring it in. It's just a lot of work that I don't want to put on myself in the fall right now. And then we turn this way, hermit crabs that I need to rehome. Nobody's interested in them. They were someone gave them to my son, and then they ended up, of course, being mine. And yeah, I need to rehome them to somebody who really wants them. Over here, we've got a giant peace lily, and actually, I want to get two of these and do one here and one there, and maybe if I can find like some sort of like, kind of like the bedside table cabinets, and like put one little square there, one there, and then sit both of the peace lilies on. I think it'll be beautiful. Okay, we've got some a terrarium that we did. We've got our Pegasus begonia that's looking beautiful. I won't be moving this outside. It's going to stay indoors. And it does need some watering and maybe a little bit of pruning, but I do like how it's growing. Let me show you the stems. So they're growing over the side of the pot. See if I can clear that up. Yeah, so they're growing over the side of the pot. They kind of are getting curly and curling around. This is because I have it facing one direction. So everything is growing this way so that um, it hangs over the side. If I had overhead lighting, more branches would be standing up straight. But because I kind of wanted this look so I could place it in certain areas, kind of like how it is, and um, I wouldn't have to constantly rotate it. I think it looks great. Here's my plant shelf from IKEA. It is looking a little sparse. This I actually need to like deep clean and go through the plants of over here again. Some things went outside already, some things got given away, and some things just need a new location really for summer. I like to move things around for the winter and then again for spring and summer, just because the lighting is different in every season. So you want to be mindful of that when you have plants in your home and you've chosen a specific window. That window might not be the same, have the same light, in winter for that plant. So it's always a good idea to watch the light in your home and see what might be best for your plants. Okay, so let's move this way. Here's one of my fish tanks planted. We've got so many different things in there. I'm not familiar on, like, I don't remember plant names in my tank yet, but we definitely have a little elephant ear leaf plant in there, of course. And then I've got pothos growing at the top. They grow in the tank, so their roots are down into the soil. And the leaves of these pothos, like I've never had a pothos with leaves that are getting as big as these are. So very exciting. That speaks to, you know, the fish waste and fertilizer that they're getting. Because I mean, they don't get like the best light up there. They get this little light here. And then sometimes I turn this on, but it really, like, this is only a recent thing. So it's not like this light is the reason that they are this big. As you can see in my marble, this one's a little crusty. I think this is the neon. This is a marble. And there's a green in here. Here is another kind of peace lily. I can't remember what it's called. But this is a cutting from my plant in the dining room. I'll show you. I'll try and put the name on the screen because I can't remember at the moment. So here's this. Beautiful. I have to cut it because it's getting so tall and so long, but it's gorgeous. And then I've got my tree here, the Ficus umbellata, which is gorgeous. Philodendron, Gloriosum, ZZ plant. I've got an orchid that is actively dying. So I wasn't sure if I should throw this out or not because I've had it in water and it looks like it's dead. There's no green roots or anything. The base is dry. The leaf is dried out, but it's got a bud on it to bloom. Like, these stems are still pretty juicy and growing. So I wasn't sure, like, should I keep it? Should I toss it? I don't know. So I'm just gonna hang on to it and see if these buds develop. It's not hurting anything for me to just leave it and see what happens. So that's what we're gonna do. Got a Hoya here that's doing pretty good. These branches, I usually just like wrap them around so it can kind of keep going around in a circle. I got to get my little baby clips to do that. And then we've got Hoya carrii that is struggling. Got a yellow leaf here. I think it's the pot. It's been in this pot for a while and it might need to just be repotted into something else. It's been in this probably about 3 years, so it's time. Got some propagations here. Get these beautiful leaves. Philodendron something here. And then this is another philodendron. Philodendrons are so popular. Anthurium, looking gorgeous. Finally putting out some new leaves for me. I find anthuriums in my care grow very slowly, but I love them. They're beautiful, easy to keep alive. Here's another orchid in water. And a lot of my orchids actually are in the greenhouse right now. So here's that. It's doing well in water. The goal was to rehabilitate it in water and then move it into a new substrate. I've got this little cacti baby. It's putting out leaves on the top. Very cute. I've got this variegated peace lily. I think it's diamond something. Jet diamond. Peace lily here on the dining table. It's going to be here for a little bit. I do need to repot it. I like self-watering containers for my plants, but they seem to outgrow at least this size very quickly. So, and then I have a Monstera up there, Stanley, something like that. I need to repot that. I have a lot of repotting to do. Not looking forward to it. We've got a hanging plant up there. Gorgeous. Let's get closer. I need to water it. Everything in the house has been very neglected. So it looks like it. The tough plants, are hanging in there, looking gorgeous. Got my Hoya here. Some Ripsalis there that are hanging in with my neglect. Another Monstera here. Another Anthurium here. This baby is big and gorgeous. We actually repotted her together in a video, and she's doing really good in this pot. Huge leaf. Begonia. All right, so let's head to my office and I'll show you guys a few things in there. My big fish tank is in there. We'll give you an update. Hold on. Here she is. Hi. All right, got the gate up. There's goblin number 1. Let's turn on some light here. That helps. Okay, so here's my 40-gallon tank. It has been through a lot. I've been through a lot with it. Trying to get it to do what I want it to do, which is like compost and kind of take care of itself, has been a little struggle. We've had, gotten new fish, we've lost fish, I've added fish from other tanks. Quite a lot has changed. Plants have died and not come back. Just so much. Down here we have our goldfish that was not supposed to survive and did. And in here I started a shrimp only tank so that I could start breeding shrimp. And we definitely have babies. And so I guess I'm a shrimp breeder now. Not in any way that I want to like sell shrimp or anything like that. I just wanted to have shrimp that I can put into my different tanks to help clean. Hi, honey. Hi, Pepper. This is Pepper. Here's Choopy. Hi, babies. Okay. So yes, we're definitely have shrimp in here. We also have snails in here breeding. I don't want the snails here. They just came with stuff. Okay, hold on. Okay, here is our new addition, Coda Bear. Look at her. I got her a playpen, and she likes it. She deals with it rather, and I put her in here to eat. Oh, she ate all her food. Good girl, Cody. Good girl, Coda. Oh, come on, come on. Good girl. Okay, so let's go back and look at the plants in the office. So I also have plants and house plants in this tank as well. So we've got a Monstera, we've got golden pothos, which the leaves are just getting so big in this fish tank. I've got this one Brazil. I think it's Brazil. And then another, I think this one is our neon. And the Brazil leaves aren't getting, they're getting a little bit bigger, but not as big as the other leaves. I am probably going to pull this Monstera out and pot it. I've got some new pots, and I think this will go great in one of them. But I do love how good houseplants grow when you put their roots down into the fish tank. Okay, up here we've got some plants. Don't mind the picture of me. I printed it for a reason. Anyways, so we've got a begonia maculata cuttings in water. We've got Ripsalis, Sansevieria, ZZ, a sad pothos that needs to go into a fish tank. And that's all I have on this shelf above the tanks. I do actually, whatever was there went outside. I think it was a Hoya. It went outside, and I'll show you guys what houseplants I have outside in a second. She's biting my feet while I'm trying to, ow, I'm trying to give a tour. Stop it. Coda. Stop. Stop. Ow. So in this corner, I have the Cebu blue that I got on clearance from Lowe's, a Hoya. This picture, oh, ow, gosh, she's biting me. Hold on. Why are you so bad? Why are you so bad? Oh my goodness, she's so growly. Now stop it. Be good, baby. You're too little. You're too little to be so crazy. Yes. Okay, I had to put the puppy up real quick. She just kept biting me. So anyways, Hoya, which is doing really good. It needs to be watered, but it's been putting on a lot of growth. And then we'll move this way. These are some of the pictures that I got from Temu. Actually, all of these I got from Temu. The frames I got from Amazon. And I have one more picture that can go here, but I don't have a matching frame. It only came in a set of 5, so I'm trying to find another frame similar without having to order a 5-pack from Amazon. And then I'll hang up the last picture. We've got another Hoya here. And then some very sad Sansevierias. A cactus I got for Christmas. He's still in his Christmas bucket. And then we move this way. Got some gorgeous plants here. Syngonium. I think this is Frosted Heart. Ripsalis. Hoya. We've got Hoya. This guy, I need to do something with it. It's so sad. I can't remember what it's called though. Very sad begonia that needs water. I printed off a bunch of our pet pictures, and then a succulent here. And that's about it for this room. This is my office. And I've been working on like making it look kind of dark, kind of apothecary like. Gosh, I better check that. Okay, so we went outside. Dogs are acting crazy, but I'm gonna show you guys the house plants that are out here. I'm not gonna do a full garden tour on this, which I thought I was gonna do because that'll make this video extremely long. And I try to be conscious of your time. And so we're just going to look at the house plants that are out here. So I have a snake plant, and all these plants I'm showing you started off into the greenhouse. So I just moved these out yesterday. So we got the snake plant here. That's a raspberry. And then I have my Schefflera, I think that's how you say it, my umbrella tree out here. And look how beautiful it looks outside. Gosh, I wish this could live in my landscape year round. I'm sure there are some Florida gardeners who have this in their yards or around town, and it's just gorgeous. So beautiful. Okay, so then I moved out this elephant ear. I've got a ZZ plant out here, another elephant ear. This is an anthurium. And then I have another, this is an alocasia. And actually, this is an alocasia. That's an alocasia. Yeah, alocasia, colocasia. And then there's one more in that family. I think these are all alocasias. And then just an example, that's a colocasia, that's a colocasia. So I haven't talked about this pond. It's been it's been a time. It's been we're not sure right now if it has a crack in it or not because the water seemed to Chalupa. Where are you going? Where are you going? It seemed like the water was draining really fast out of it. So we thought, okay, it has a crack, but now the water is kind of stable. So now we're not sure. But anyways, I haven't shared this in a video, any of it, any of the building, nothing like that, because I just have not. That's my bad. But I will on another video. So colocasia, colocasia, alocasia, anthurium, alocasia, alocasia, ZZ. Oh my gosh, he's peeing on my greenhouse. Why did you? Choopy, don't do that. You got to keep an eye on him because he'll pee on your stuff. Don't do that. No, no. But he has nothing in that head. He doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's go into the greenhouse. And I'll show you guys what's in here. Alrighty. So all those plants were packed right here. I ended up moving them out of the greenhouse because I think they're ready. I've got my other Monstera, Thai Constellation. We've got a, is this, I'll put the name on the screen. I want to say, I don't want to say it wrong. I always get the names wrong. I used to have the tag for it. I want to say it's Billy something, but it's beautiful. And I hope it puts on a lot of growth this year. Look at that leaf. I want it to have big, strong stem and big leaves coming at you towards the front. Here are my mushrooms. These, I got these earlier this year and I brought them in here thinking, oh, you know, they'll produce more in the greenhouse and stuff. They just look rotten. They just look rotten. So I'll probably toss them. What I should have done is probably taken them out of the package and kind of just set them on the mulch. Which I might still do that because you just never know. I mean, well, they tell you to just put them in the your compost bin or compost pile, or just put them in your garden and you might get another flush. So that, I think that's what I might do. I don't know. I'm a newbie to growing mushrooms, but I would love to get better at it because I love mushrooms. I love eating mushrooms. So here goes a little fern, rabbit's foot. Sorry for the blur. Rabbit's foot fern. I just keep this right in water because that's how I keep it from getting crispy. And you can see where I forgot to put the water in. It was dry for who knows how long. And so we've got a lot of dry fronds, but it's bouncing back. Okay. All right. I'm not going to tidy that right this second. I've got my carnivorous plants in here. Look at this one's getting ready to flower. This one has a dead flower. Let me cut that off. Got my pruners here. We'll just cut that. And then my pitcher plants are doing pretty good. Over here, we've got a begonia. I'm hoping to get, oh, okay, we do have another leaf. Let's say I'm hoping to get more leaves off of this. And got one right there. My orchids are out here. Here's a fig that I propagated. And here are the coleus cuttings that we took. I have been neglecting them, and they should have already been planted or potted, and they're kind of dying in this. So I need to do something quickly, make a decision about it quickly. Here's another orchid, and this one is one of my favorites because look at the leaves. So beautiful. Ooh, I love it. This is climbing spinach. Some more carnivorous. And another Hoya out here. Orchid. These are begonias that I started from my seed, and I need to like take them out of here and plant them someplace. I've got another orchid, another fig cutting. This was supposed to be a Christmas tree fern. It never came up. Or yeah, Christmas fern. I've got some African violets here that I got. African violets, African violet. Oh gosh, I cannot talk. I got these on clearance and I've had them out in the greenhouse ever since. They're doing pretty good. They weren't looking great when I got them. They're only looking slightly better. Okay, over here, I've got lotus seeds planted in this watery mess. I followed a YouTube video, so hopefully they sprout for me. We'll see. I think the thing to remember is that the water has to stay a certain temp. And I think it's been kind of cold the last few days in here and outside that I've had this in here. We got a pink princess over here. I'm hoping, my hope for her is that with the heat and humidity and light, better lighting, she gets better variegation. She gets bigger leaves. And we'll see. At the end of the summer, we'll look at all these again and we'll see if any of my hopes for them have come true. Got another orchid. I buy my orchids as rescue orchids. So they're always like, if it's on clearance and it's an orchid, I'll buy it. I think I started getting a little obsession about them. So that's why I have so many right now. But my obsession has slowed down just because I'm in the garden now more and I want to do more gardening things and buy more garden plants. So I'm okay with like not buying house plants at the moment. Plus, I want to scale back on the amount of house plants I have. So here's another anthurium. Ooh, and I kept the tag in this one. Is this magnificum? Let me see. Gosh, I smell his pee. Ugh. Anthurium magnificum. Yep. Gorgeous. So I'm hoping this gets big, beautiful leaves. I'll put it over here. I need to clean off the potting desk. All right, I think we've looked at everything here in the greenhouse. These are like bulbs and peanuts because the squirrels, when I planted my peanuts in the raised beds, they dug them up, so I put them in here. Oh, and we've got a begonia over here that I'm hoping gets thicker, stronger stems, lots more foliage. I gotta get the hose and spray that pee off of my greenhouse. Hi, buddy. Are you being Mr. Nasty? Are you being Mr. Nasty? Don't pee on mommy's stuff, okay? Don't pee on my stuff. Here's my rosemary that I've been overwintering for a couple years. It needs a new pot this year for sure. I'll get to it. But I gotta hose this pee off of there because I don't want to be smelling that in my greenhouse. Hi. So one last thing, because I don't normally have my dogs running around, I have to show you. I've been working on fencing in and closing my yard. My yard has the most DIY fence ever. So I saw these gates last year and I was going to get them, but they measured really small and I didn't know how I was going to make it work. And then this year I started like, you know what, I'm just going to do T-post and the wire and just call it a day, not try to build out anything like too labor intensive. So that's what I did. I did that, and then I decided to try the gates, and they work perfectly for what I need. They keep the dogs in, and they're see-through. That's the one thing is like the fencing is see-through, and the gate too. I just did not want to lose any of my views. I want having a fence like this makes my garden feel bigger than it is. So you can see through here, you can see through my neighbor. She has a great yard too, and it just makes the garden look so much bigger. So I got two of the gates, one, and then the other one's over here. Let's go this way. And here's the second one. So our compost bin is out that way, and then you can get to our garage that way. So like we do go in and out of this space like almost daily. So I love having this there. And then we're going to build an actual fence for our front entrance to our garden, because right now we have the same metal fencing that's over there. So we have the same fencing over here. We did not, like, this is temporary right here. We just wanted to enclose the space so the dogs could start being able to, well, I don't have any snacks. I don't know why you guys are acting like that. So the dogs can be able to enjoy their space. Like we walk them every day. We leash them up and we walk them either out to the yard or we walk around the block. For them to, you know, use the bathroom and things like that. But now they can actually like be out here with me while I'm gardening, while I'm doing stuff, and they don't have to be in the house waiting for me to get done. So that feels so good to me. I love that. So I can't wait for garden videos where you guys get to see the dogs. What are you doing? You looking for an escape route? Come on, come on, buddy. You're such a good boy. You be so good. This is my stinker. Are you a stinker? So, in order to be able to enjoy your houseplants outside, you either want to move them out into shade, or if you want them to be in the same sun strength, you know, that they would be in their natural environment, you'll want to transition them into that type of sun. So, you'll want to start slow. Day one, half hour. Day two, an hour, day 3, 2 hours, day 4, 3 hours, and so on and so forth until your plant is in the amount of light that makes sense for that plant in its natural environment. So lots of plants can deal with full sun. Lots of plants can deal with part sun. You just have to transition them properly. If you don't transition them properly, they will burn. Plants do get sunburn. So just be very mindful of that. I have sunburnt so many plants, so I just put a lot of mine in the shade or where they're going to get mostly shade for the day. And I'm okay with that. So just know that before you bring them outside. I keep a lot of house plants in here, which, you know what? Let me show you guys that real quick. So this is our screen and porch. And so I've set up like a little seating nook here. And we've got some plants out here too. Random things from the house. Hanging things. It's pretty dark in here, so I apologize. My Hoya right here is blooming. It's so exciting. Oops, sorry. And we've got some, and that's not anthurium. We've got some alocasias. Here's an anthurium. I even put my air plants out here. Pilea, begonia, philodendrons, more anthuriums. I've got my big Monstera esculenta out here. This I'm gonna repot. I'll show you guys the pots in a second that I bought from thrift store. Alocasia right here, my big one from inside. I've got my fiddly fig back there in the corner. And then don't mind the mess over here. But here are the pots that I got from Goodwill. And I'm gonna put that Monstera in one of these. And then I've got some smaller pots that some smaller plants will go into, but these are awesome. Lots of holes for air to the roots. So I think this is going to be really cool to watch my plants grow in. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will do a garden tour very soon. I thought I was going to do that today, but then we started getting and talking about the house plants, and that should be its own video on its own. So yes. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about anything you saw today, and I'll see you next video.